Welcome back. Let's try to do the silent library here.
A long way to go still.
We are out of
I'll
rests,
take this
starting
way.
to get low on spells, starting to. So Shadowheart's still got quite a few. I think Asterian's still got quite a few.
Seek and ye shall
Gale's
find
got
me.
a couple left. Karlach doesn't have spells. Alright, so let's take a look at Shadowheart. We've got Conjure Elemental now memorized. We'll pull Fire Elemental. We're past all the kind of the difficult combats here anyway. These are just a bit of the trivial ones. Let's see, yeah, we've got Elemental memorized as well. And let's just keep going with fire. So we'll grab a couple of fire elementals.
Your desire.
There is work to do. Unnoticed. Good.
I'm going to go down with just Shadowheart. And we'll silence the librarian. You can see we've got to get really, really close here. This is a place where having longer range is a little better, so this one is equipped by Asterian. We'll swap out. And you see we can break it from here. So now the silence aura is gone. Not that it would have really impeded us, but and we've got this Hellfire hand crossbow, right, so we can inflict burning while we're hiding or invisible. It's a +2 weapon, but right now our Thundering one is probably still better as an offhand. We can switch to the +2 one after we rest. We'll bring everybody together again, and I think we can start off by just walking in, and we'll throw down our glowing moon lantern and get rocking. Or maybe we'll cast daylight. Do we have daylight memorized? We do not. Let's swap out Sleet Storm for now for daylight. These guys have a bunch of abilities that will cue off being in darkness. So with daylight, we can enchant an item or weapon to shine with giant light for 20 turns, or we can just cast a giant sphere of it that lasts until the next day. So we'll just go ahead and light everything up.
Lovely day this.
And we'll just walk in like we own the place.
I wonder what the next move is.
So he's a little bit outside of range. Let's see if we can get him in range. One down. Let's do a warp over here. And yeah, we can get both of them in a flame blast. So we'll do that.
This will protect me.
She's out of actions. What do we got with Gale? I think we'll hold on to our spells for the self-same trial. It's going to be a little difficult. We took some damage because they have Radiant Retort, and Gale does a little bit of Radiant. Let's see, Asterian, we'll just have him owlbear it up again. We do still have some spells. We might decide to use those. drop some spikes on the stairs up over here. And then step back as far as we can. Now let's see what they do.
Over there.
Okay, there we go. There's our arc. Ouch, forgot to turn to psychics for these guys. That isn't my bad entirely. Taking more damage from the trivial encounters than from the hard ones. They seem to enjoy shooting at Astarion a lot because his armor class is the lowest, I think, and so they prioritize that, which is fine because they're easy to replace hit points, so that's who I would want them to attack if I could convince them to. Pretty difficult to get Karlach to move. I think she has expertise in athletics and giant strength. Alright, we'll advance here. Just managing to get in range. I'll turn off sharpshooter, see if we can pick that guy. We'll get rid of our spike growth. Don't need that for now.
Hungry for the slaughter.
Alright, so we'll come up here. The book we want's right here. But it's trapped. Not by much. But it is trapped, so we've got the kits, we'll use it. Karlach's quite good at it. And we'll grab this book, Teachings of Loss the Night Singer. And we'll come down here. And we're going to click this little button.
That did it.
And it'll bring the door down.
What can silence the night song?
If we look inside the book that we just picked up, what can silence the night song? Only the night singer herself. It says so right there. And that opens this wall section.
Open up. Trap. Nice dogs.
And we'll just see what else is in the room here.
I'm ready. Whatever it
Select
takes.
Shadowheart,
I shall
grab
take
the half plate, Spear of Night.
This is an
She
unlikely
comments on the
spear.
fact that we shouldn't sell it,
May be important. Best keep it
and a
hidden.
cool hat. Let's take a look and see. She's not going to be able to wear the hat for wizard levels. And let's take a look at what the armor does. So we can get advantage on Constitution saving throw checks, which is good, and we pick up a spell that we can concentrate on to do more damage. It's medium armor, so we'll even pick up a little bit of armor class, so our actual armor class should not change. But we will be able to be critted all of a sudden, and our damage incoming will go up. We'll get a free spell out of it. And it's kind of cool looking. It does not, however, match our aesthetic. And are we out of red dye? Orange dye, white and scarlet, black furnace. Ooh. Alright, so we may have to dye. Let's try this black and furnace dye. Alright, so combine. Okay, cool black robe. And yeah, alright, cool. So little darker, a little moodier for our crew. Should we swap out the haste helm for... I do like all that extra movement. She's not proficient in medium armor, so won't come up. Maybe for Minthara. Alright.
Marching.
I'll come up to the Trials of Shar in reverse order than I usually do.
I applaud your taste. Very well.
You see the map of this room is on the floor right here. And we can kind of see the outline of the stairs. Or the pathway.
All contains an eight.
This is one of Lady Shar's trials. Allow me, please.
Yep, sure, go ahead. Alright, so if we step off, we'll get killed. If we try to jump, we'll get killed. But oddly enough, if we fly, we will not. So we'll cast flight. Cast flight. And cast flight. And it doesn't matter if you can see in the darkness. It's all fine. So her wound is hurting. And let's take a look at our dialogue. So
I must keep going.
angry rat screeching at us. Alright, so our Song of Rest is down. This might actually be a bit of an issue. We can probably win this fight.
Quite ready for you.
With very few spells, we might end up having to... I think that's the rats are deciding to be mad at me. We have 2 scrolls of Remove Curse. Okay, so with 2 scrolls of Remove Curse, we've got 2 opportunities to cleanse off the debuff that we would get. Or we could maybe just have Shadowheart try to solo it. Do we
If I
have...
don't get my beauty sleep soon, I may just get a tad malcontent.
Do we have the ability to do it? Would be the question. If we don't detect, yeah, we could drop a glyph of warding and maybe eke out a win. Okay, so what's going to happen is that we'll use Guardian Recovery as well. There's an enemy for each of the characters that's in there, so up to 4. Well, it'll clone up to 4 enemies inside, but we need to detect them because they'll be stealthed. If we detect them, no big deal. We probably do 1 round and take them out. If we don't detect them, we're not as well equipped as a straight cleric would be to drop them. I think Karlach would have probably the best shot at it because they're vulnerable to radiant damage. We do have the ability to upcast Guiding Bolt, but I'm not sure that we'll be able to hit. So
Let me work my magic.
we do have some elementals and stuff that can do a little extra damage, and we've been trying to take everybody, so let's try that and see how it goes.
Forthwith.
Another bowl.
Another trial. I need to do this, same as before.
Sure. We're just doing that to farm
It's
some
as
approval
though
from
we are our
Shadowheart.
own worst enemy much of the time. Her embrace will elude us until we shed that which holds us back. Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Okay,
Salutations.
so we'll
Quiet as a mouse.
take our pets off for now, and we're going to do a little bit of sneaking.
Tread carefully.
So we should have copies of each of our main characters, and then we'll see about whether or not we can sneak in our summons. So the way that they're going to be outlined, there's one up here, a couple over here, one over there. All right, so here's our Asterion, there's our Shadowheart, a Gale, and a Karlach. And we'll take a look and see what they're about. So they're a mirrored version of Asterion ambushing. We can see that they're vulnerable to radiant, resistant to most elements, resistant to non-magical weapons, completely immune to necrotic. Right, can't be pushed or shoved. Right, we've got the same kind of equipment that we had when we walked in. We've also got Shar's rules. So if we do damage to a reflection that isn't our own reflection, it's going to reduce all of our ability scores by 1 until our next long rest. It can go up to 4 times. So probably not a huge deal because we're just about done with today anyway.
Let's see what I can spirit away.
But we'll see
Let's march.
if we can have our characters take themselves out. On my last run, I just walked in and cast an upcast Radiant version of Spirit Guardians with just the one character, so we just had a character here. You walk right up behind them, whether or not you detect them, cast Spirit Guardians, and it'll insta-kill them if it's level 4. Okay, so Karlach on Karlach. We'll swap back to Radiant damage.
I have to survive this.
Then we'll have Asterion on Asterion. Asterion himself has a big Radiant hit, so we'll use Upcast Moonbeam. I think we'll just drop one right on the Asterion there, and that should, if not kill him, do a lot of damage.
Can't afford
And
to
we'll
stay
need
idle.
to do one of the two of them in
Best
order
steps
to
off
get
here.
Shadowheart in to deal with Shadowheart here. And then same thing for Gale. So we'll need to actually remove a couple of others before we can get our own characters in. We'll start off with Karlach.
Let's go.
And we'll try a Flurry of Blows topple. Whiff. Alright, so now that we've opened up a path, we should be able to get Shadowheart in.
Secrecy above all. Off I go.
We do have a torch. I'm a little leery of standing right next to Gale though, so because we might want to nuke him with our Gale. So we'll do a weapon dip. Haven't done this in a bit.
Might help.
Just trying to do the most damage that we possibly can. Slashing flourish range. And we did a lot.
Smell blood.
Rather stand tall. The path less traveled.
So our Gale, however, is going to be hard pressed, I think, to finish off his mirror. Not much we can do to increase his damage, so we'll just click in. Alright, so not unless we crit. But we'll give it a try. Not quite enough.
Let's go.
And our Asterion drop a upcast Moonbeam on his clone here.
Now this is my happy place.
Alright.
The dance macabre.
Let's re-aim that. got Gale. We don't have the ability to cast a faster spell. Take a shot. We even got the crit. So he's close. And we'll see what he does this round. All the damage we take is just me trying to... He did the same thing we did. Alright, and now we should be able to finish him off, I think. Oh! Counter spell! Alright. I should have run in and run out.
What should I do?
Let's have some company.
See if he can do it. Ouch. Chromatic orb.
Swords meet sorcery.
Oh, he's not. Yeah, alright. So we did it, and I don't think anybody got cursed. We'll grab the Killer Sweetheart and the Umbral Gem. And we'll click on the transporter here. Go back to the beginning. And the last trial is also probably the easiest of them.
Dark Justiciars.
Let's give this a try.
I will
Although
follow in
maybe
their path.
the flying one is also pretty easy.
Another bowl.
Another trial. I should do this one.
So she'll open it. And let's come and check out the skeleton here. Look at that. Scroll of invisibility.
Now what might you be hiding? On I go.
Trap disarm kit. Don't actually need that. We would need it. So lockpicks, maybe. We don't need even that though. We've got Mage Hand. We already know the spell invisibility, so we'll just cast it. And we're just gonna run right up this hallway. Or click the button here at the
Better
end.
take a look.
That will open the gate. We can run through it while it's still coming down.
Best avoid that trap.
We'll come up here. And we don't even need to pick the lock if we don't want to. So we'll just drop a Mage Hand. And we'll just throw it next to the gate.
My faith will guide me. That's the last one. The inner sanctum is within reach now.
So, not too bad. Doable by basically anybody. So, all the trials are relatively straightforward, except for the Fight Yourself trial, and that is a little bit based on what your damage types are. So if you've built your character to do nothing but necrotic damage, you're going to have a bad time fighting the guys that are immune to that. And once we're out of the trial area, we can just head to the Gauntlet of Shar waypoint, and we'll have Shadow Heart.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Head up, and she's going to go to unlock the waypoint.
Worth a try.
Lady Shar.
So we'll click on this altar
So many must
and drop one of the gems in.
Very air around you seems to quiver and cool, child.
Lady Shar. Is that you?
Indeed. Welcome. It has been a long road to bring you back to me. Like the Dark Justiciars of old, You must journey to my innermost sanctum and make a sacrifice in my name. Already you have the Spear of Night. Wield it. You are ready. You were born for this. Now forth.
I won't fail you, my lady.
So if she's up here kind of by herself, and, or if you're playing Origin Shadow, Shar will talk with you about the mission. We'll click on the traversal gem.
That disc has started moving. Might be a quicker way to get around than the stairs.
And basically we can see where we've been. We could have just flown down or jumped down to this area. This door is locked, but you can just cast the knock spell to open it. So we could have done this, but the trials are fun, actually. I quite like them. And I forget who's got our umbral gems. And we see the door opens. And we'll just run in. So our journal is updating, but the game is not updating. We'll get all the candles to light up and it'll be real homey.
This must be where initiates undertook their final preparations.
Yep. So there we go. We have completed the Gauntlet of Shar and we've got the Verge of Shadows waypoint. But we're not going to use it yet. We've got quite a lot of stuff to do before we come back. But that is the end of the video, I think. Yeah. With our cool new style.
Direct me.
And it's about time for a long rest, I think, as well. So, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed the video and that I catch you again in the next one. Thank you very much.